Australians saying I do doesn't always end in happily ever after. But instead of the 7-year itch, these days we're seeing a trend towards the 20-year itch, with 15% more couples getting divorced after 2 decades of marriage. And financial problems have been cited as one of the main reasons. So here to tell us how to avoid financial strain is relationships advisor Olivia. Thanks for joining us, Olivia. Now, money is obviously a big stress in relationships. Just how can we avoid conflict over finances with our partners?
Yeah, look, I think it's really important to acknowledge the fact that, having that sort of financial stress or conflict over finances does actually cause emotional stress. So we always say, even though it's not really a romantic thing to do, establishing some financial rules are really important, and that's what we call developing our financial vows.
All right, well, how do we create these financial vows?
Yeah, so I've got a 5-step process that I think is really important. So the first is really to prioritise. So as couples, I think it's really important to sit down and really establish what it is that is a priority for you in life, and really making sure that you've got a financial plan in place to make sure that you actually achieve those and reach your goals. So we've seen it particularly in the last 5 years with the GFC that a lot of retirees are experiencing decreases in the values of their investments, but also income with the interest rate. So really making sure you've got a plan in place and you're prioritising what's important to you is really good.
Well, you mentioned, second thing is, you go.
I was going to say, knowing where your money is being spent is really good. So, and I always say, being consistent with your spending, so your spending habits being consistent with what your priorities are important, and also really shopping wisely. So making sure that, you don't fall into that trap of keeping up with the Joneses is really important as well.
Doesn't sound very romantic, but probably very, very practical, Olivia. You mentioned retirees, so this doesn't only apply to newlyweds then?
Absolutely. So I think even though it's good once when you're looking at a new marriage to actually establish what's important to you financially, we are seeing this increase in the divorce rate. So, even for every, of all ages, it's really important, and to really communicate. So I always generally say spend an hour every month sitting down with each other and really communicate things that maybe have changed, or your tolerance to risk that's changed. And family situations always are changing as well. So spending that just an hour every month talking to each other and making sure that you're both on the same page when it comes to finances.
Talking to each other, yes, that's probably a good start. I'm writing my financial vows as we speak, Olivia. Thanks, it's very good advice, and thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Eva.
Now, here's a major alert to anyone who uses hands-free devices to make calls or send text messages or control the radio. A new AAA study has found that using these functions in your car is actually more distracting than just